goals in tonight's game. Robert Durston of Neepawa could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner. Tonight's starting goaltender is brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway. Eat fresh. Victor Fost, who got pulled after allowing 3 on 15 shots in Ottawa Saturday. He will get the start for Edmonton tonight. And Michael Hutchinson, back-to-back extra time wins for him, gets the start for the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, an exciting times for those two guys. Drew Stafford, Tyler Myers, probably a little bit of nervous energy, but will be excited to get this first shift under their belt.
29-year-old Drew Stafford, 25-year-old Tyler Myers is back into his own zone. Hutchinson plays it. Everly breaks it up, and Hutchinson has to make a save off of Hutchinson plays it. Everly breaks it up, and Hutchinson has to make a save off of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Oh, Michael Hutchinson maybe just checking to see.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
It's 1-0
Michael Hutchinson maybe just checking to see. Make sure his team's awake here. Michael Hutchinson maybe just checking to see. Make sure his team's awake here. Bad exchange behind the net. Myers comes. This is where that communication probably wanted to tell him to leave it. He played it right to the Oilers, and Nugent-Hopkins in the slot able to get a shot away.
Myers off the draw. Everly in pursuit.
Exchange behind the net. Maybe just checking to see. Make sure his team's awake here. Bad exchange behind the net. Myers comes. This is where that communication away.
Hopkins.
Michael Hutchinson maybe just checking to see. Make sure his team's awake here. Bad exchange behind the net. Myers comes. This is where that communication probably wanted to tell him to leave it. He played it right to the Oilers, and Nugent-Hopkins in the slot able to get a shot away.
Myers off the draw.
Hopkins in the slot able to get a shot away.
Myers off the draw. Everly in pursuit. Nice reverse by Myers. Enstrom now the long lead for Ladd. Ladd will get to the Edmonton line. No further. Little is on it. Back for Myers coming off the 2-assist game in Detroit. And Tyler Myers trying to pump this in. Hits the linesman. Stafford trying to gather it in. Could not. And it's back for Toby Enstrom. Enstrom gets to the red, and Andrew Ladd deflects it in. Klefbom in his own end for Edmonton. Oscar Klefbom's pass goes right onto the stick for Sherratt. Floats this to the Edmonton line. Mark Fane is there to break it up, and the Oilers turn it up. Yakupov, the long shot, steered away by Hutchinson. Edmonton coming off the loss in Ottawa. Jets coming off the win. Edmonton coming off the loss in Ottawa. Jets coming off the win in Detroit. Yakupov tried to get it to the front of the net, cleared. Mark Fane almost lost it to Mark Scheifele. Scheifele in front for Wheeler to the forehand. Perreault got a bit of a tip on that, and that just missed the corner. Wheeler. Jets make a defensive change. Jacob Trouba in for Perreault, and he couldn't get it to the backhand. In for Scheifele, and Fost makes the save short side. Cleared around the boards by Derek Roy. Join the Oilers coming off waivers from Nashville, but the Oilers can't clear. Mark Stewart, all sorts of traffic, gets it to the front of the net, and the Oilers will clear. Derek Roy being chased there by Foley.
Oh, the early look at Scheifele, Wheeler, and Pro looks pretty good with some good pressure in the Oilers zone.
Jets have made the change. Lowry out with Thorburn and Frolik. Yakupov will clear this, and that will allow the Oilers to get the change in. Lowry pokes it back for Stewart. Now for Trouba. Trouba's pass. Landers there to break it up. Gets deflected and grabbed off by Pouliot. Pouliot gets drilled into the corner by Adam Lowry. Oilers now get the cycle going into the slot. Quick shot there by Parkkonen. And that goes off the stick, and then Parkkonen gets it again and floats this into the catching glove of Michael Hutchinson. And gets it again. Quick shot there by Parker, the catching glove of Michael Hutchinson.
Well, Mark Scheifele able to strip the puck. A bouncing puck. Mark Fane over skates it. Just a spin play, and then Wheeler spins, throws it to the net. And Fox, that left pad, just catches enough of it. Good chance there to shooting the puck.
Keys to the game brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL.
Well, the Jets, they can't turn down a shot. Victor Fost allowed 3 goals on 15 shots against Ottawa. And the Oilers, they just want to disrupt the Jets. They want to play hard, play the part of the spoiler here as the Jets push for playoffs.
Then Sherratt tries to get this up for Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien jammed up along the far side boards. Referees tonight are Mike Lego and Kelly Sutherland. The linesmen are David Brisebois and Greg Dvorsky. Sherratt for Gagliardi. Gagliardi lost his stick. Sherratt being chased in the corner by Fraser. Sends it for Byfuglien. Byfuglien right side and deflected in by Anthony Peluso. This will be an icing call on the face-off to come back.
Well, Paul Maurice looking for his club just to continue to play the way they have. Like the way they started to turn things around after the break. It was slow, but then against Vancouver, really liked their game against Nashville. They didn't get the results they wanted. Played well against Detroit. And the big thing, it's the business of winning. We're able to get 2 points against the Red Wings after that shootout victory.
Face off, Slater and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as Todd Nelson fires his number 1 line out after the icing call where the Jets could not make the change. Deflected in, and Jets will start to make their change now. Little comes off the bench as Slater heads to the bench. Grabs off Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, stopped by Gagliardi. Gagliardi back for Myers, up for Stafford, and Gagliardi scampers to the Jets bench. Justin Schultz plays it up for Jordan Eberle. He is blocked out there by Toby Enstrom. Brian Little tries to get it to Myers. Myers to Ladd, and Victor Foss got the right pad down. Cleared to the line, kept in by Enstrom. Tyler Myers with that ability to join the attack. And we saw it there with the nice setup for Andrew Ladd. Myers holds the line against Teddy Purcell. Drew Stafford back for Andrew Ladd. Ladd looking for some room in the corner, puts it to the front of the net, and Foss steers that away. Toby Enstrom back for Ladd. Oscar Klefbom clears it away from Ladd, and Eberle with pressure coming will just float this out to center ice. Tyler Myers knocks it down. You're going to have to get it awful high in the air to get it over Tyler Myers.
I got a little bit of a reach there, able to pull that pop fly to the air and just send it right back into the Oilers zone.
6'8", and that is not on skates. Jacob Trouba, who has some big-time numbers against Edmonton, back into his own zone for the loose puck. Around for Wheeler, up the boards, and Yakupov breaks this up. Back in for Mark Fane. Sends it in, Jacob Trouba for Scheifele. Nail Yakupov in on Scheifele. Came outside the line. Oilers will have to clear. They do, and Mark Stewart sends it ahead for Matthew Perreault. 18 goals on the year for Perreault. Sends it in, and with Scheifele coming in, Foster's going to hang on, and Matthew Perreault injured in behind the play.
Well, he took a hit along the wall. I believe it might have been Petrie who hit him, and he is very slow to get up. This is not what Winnipeg wants to see at this time. Maybe it's something he can skate off. So after he cleared the puck, he shot it in on Foss from outside the blue line. I think it's Jeff Petrie who finished the hit.
This does not look very good right now.
No, not able to put any weight on that left leg.
He gets some assistance from the training and the medical staff of the Jets. Deflected by Thorburn, save made, and face-off will be in the Jets zone, and plenty of concern at that Jets bench.
Well, it was just a hit. It seemed simple. Petrie finished the hit, and defense maybe he caught a
on that left end there. An eye on that. Petrie ahead for Pouliot. Byfuglien jumps in on him. Makarainen at center ice sends it into the Jet zone where Sherratt will take it against the checking of Anton Lander. Sherratt and Lander. Thorburn down low to help out as well. Now Byfuglien there gives Lander a bit of a shot. And Sherratt plays this out at center ice. Take the morning to Salisbury, clear to Rott. Plays this out at center ice. Ferentz breaks it up. The Jets do clear it in, and Petrie is back for it. Petrie for Ferentz. And Andrew Ferentz will send this out to center ice. And Myers back in his own end, sends it for Slater at center. Slater takes a bump, sends it in. Boyd Gordon out there for the Oilers. It was a game-time decision. Did not practice with the Oilers yesterday. Did take the morning skate today. Back along the near side boards. Enstrom in a battle. Peluso is there, cleared away from him. And now Enstrom at center. Back into the Jets end. Enstrom, Myers, rink wide for Gagliardi. Gagliardi into the corner with Mark Fane. Gagliardi spins off the check for Anthony Peluso. Away from him, but Trouba is in from the line. Trouba's tripped up on the play, and the first away from him, but Trouba is in from the line. Trouba's tripped up on the play, and the first power play of the game will go to the Winnipeg Jets, as Keith Ollie will head to the penalty box.
1-6 document.
Todd Nelson will send out his penalty kill unit, and there's the trip. Keith Ollie will go to the box.
Image magnify has finished loading.
Jets on TSN, brought to you by the 2015 Toyota RAV4. Let's play.
Image.
Jets on TSN, brought to you by the 2015 Toyota RAV4. Let's play.
Well, the Winnipeg Jets will get an opportunity in the power play. It was very good against Detroit, 2 for 4. They've been able to score 5 power play goals over the last 4 games. And as you get down that playoff stretch and even into playoffs, you want your special teams working.
Andrew Ladd with a playoff goal, or a power play goal in Detroit. As Little to take the face off. Little, Ladd, and Wheeler will be reconnected. Toby Enstrom on the power play in lieu of Matthew Perreault, who was shaken up early in this game. This leaves the playing early in this game. This leaves the playing surface, and they're going to say this went off a stick. Matthew Perreault ties the Jets 1-1. And it will not be a two-man advantage. Visit WinnipegJets.com/tickets for all your ticket-related information, including the release of single-game tickets, game day releases, and seat exchange. WinnipegJets.com/tickets. Experience the passion live. Dustin Buckland on the point. Buckland leads the Winnipeg Jets in power play time, just over 4 minutes.
0%
on a per-game average. That is 5th highest in the National Hockey League for Dustin Buckland. Enstrom, good hustle on the far side for Wheeler. Back for Enstrom, tight quarters in the Edmonton zone. Ryan Little, back to the blue line for Buckland, back for Little, in for Ladd, down for Wheeler. Away from him, Wheeler controls.
0% vertically scored.
Quick shot by Enstrom, and that went wide as Enstrom snuck all the way down in the front of the Edmonton net. Enstrom for Little, the low shot through traffic. And that just missed on the far side. Buckland unloads, stopped in front of the net. Enstrom, cross-ice speed for Brian Little. Little being watched on the play. Little trying to find some room. Boyd Gordon trying to stay with him. Now to Wheeler. Down for Little. Again looking for that backdoor play for Enstrom, and it got deflected away. Buckland at the line. Back for Enstrom. Enstrom cross ice for Wheeler off the sideboards. Wheeler, Enstrom, and it's deflected. Score! Stay with
1-6 points.
Now to Wheeler.
0%
down
vertically
for Little.
scored.
Again looking for that backdoor play for Enstrom, and it got deflected away. Buckland at the line, back for Enstrom. Enstrom cross ice for Wheeler off the sideboards. Wheeler line, back for Enstrom. Enstrom cross ice for Wheeler off the sideboards. Wheeler, Enstrom. And back to the
Able to get one. Good job going through. Lays right down for Blake Wheeler. 19
over the lead as far as power play goals are concerned. Andrew Ladd has 7, and now Brian Little with 8. Up the boards to the line. Wheeler will hold this in. Ollie to the far side along with Scheifele. Scheifele spins it back for Wheeler. Wheeler to the front of the net. Loose puck. Frost is down, and he will hang on. So Michael Frolik now on that line with Scheifele and Wheeler.
Well, an opportunity for Frolik, and he gets a chance. It goes off his body right off to the left of Frost as Wheeler sends it towards the net. The deflection off Ollie as Frolik was right there, but Paul Maurice, the luxury here is Perreault injured early in this game. Michael Frolik can roll right on that line with Scheifele and Wheeler.
We've seen that happen before in the National Hockey League. For Matthew Perreault, you know that he was looking forward to
Wheeler. This game, Michael Frolik can roll right on that line with Scheifele and Wheeler.
We've seen that happen before in the National Hockey League. For Matthew Perreault, you know that he was looking forward to Thursday's game in Washington, where he spent a lot of time. Now, not to say he won't play. We haven't gotten anything official on Matthew Perreault's injury. Jets do not have an extra forward here. 3 extra defensemen, no extra forwards. Patrice Cormier was returned to the Ice Caps. Back out to center ice, Andrew Ference back into his own end. Pakarinen plays it back into his own zone, gets it back, and then Pakarinen sends it across for Ference. Ference looks for Petrie. Back for Ference. Through center for Everly. Everly sends it in. Dustin Bufflin checks it. Sherratt for Brian Little. Tried to spin it back for Stafford. Purcell's on the loose puck, and Purcell will send it in. Sherratt for Stafford. Tried to jam it up the boards. Purcell kept it in. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins couldn't pick it up cleanly, and Sherratt will get it for Dustin Bufflin, and quickly back for Sherratt. Stafford clears this in. Drew Stafford spent a year as a teenager in Edmonton. His father coached St. Albert in the Alberta Junior League. And, of course, Barry Stafford, an uncle of Drew, longtime equipment manager of the Edmonton Oilers. Off the back glass, Stafford trying to get it out front, could not. Everly is on it. Everly for Purcell. Purcell overskated it at center ice. Lowry back for Bufflin. 1-0 Jets on a power play goal by Brian Little. Jets have outshot the Oilers 10-2. Sherratt, Thorburn, and in. Gagliardi now is drilled by Ollie, and for the second time in this game, Keith Ollie is going to go to the penalty box. In this game, Keith Ollie is going to go to the penalty box. As the Jets will go back to the power play, Gagliardi moved up in the lineup. And Gagliardi appears to be okay. Brian Little has the Jets in front 1-0. Closed captioning is delivered by Pizza Hotline. Order the hotline heavy tonight. Big taste, small price.
Well, Keith Ollie, the puck goes by Gagliardi. Ollie, probably a good 2-3 second count, finishes his hit. Clear interference call for the second time. He heads to the penalty box. Coaches Craig Ramsey, Todd Nelson probably trying to figure out maybe what the thought process was.
Well, maybe a little bit of aggression there on Ollie's part. He's been out the last 5 games as a healthy scratch. Played the 3 previous. Was suspended for a while and then missed another bunch of games. And he's in the penalty box for the second time tonight. Bufflin. Watched there by Boyd Gordon. Little is there as well. Oilers can't clear. Wheeler. In for Ladd. Quick shot by Ladd. That did not miss by much. A rolling puck there for Ladd. Pulling out, trying to clear. Ladd blocks it. Little is on it. Little unable to settle that down, and Mark Fane will send it down the ice.
Oh, the Jets never really able to settle it down. As a rolling puck even for Andrew Ladd when he got it in the slot.
Second power play of the game for the Jets. This gets turned over at center. Purcell couldn't handle it though, and Wheeler in for Scheifele. Away from Scheifele, Stafford is there. Paul Maurice talked earlier today about getting 2 power play units going, but that number 1 power play now missing Matthew Perreault. Myers winds his way in. Myers finds some room. Didn't fire it. Back to the line for Trouba. Shot blocked by Foss. Scheifele's on the rebound for Myers. Myers didn't come cross ice as there was some traffic there. Oilers can't clear. Scheifele tried to get it to Stafford, and now this does get sent off the glass and down the ice.
Well, nice little rush by Myers. A good example again of that ability for a big guy to get up to top speed quickly.
Another defenseman that can join the rush. Mike Babcock talked about the Jets' right-handed defense core and how good it is. Trouba pulls away from Pouliot. Trouba to the far side. Klefbom gets into the loose puck quickly and sends it back into the Jet zone. So after 4 shots on the first power play, the Jets with 1 so far in this one. Turned over, and they're going to say this came outside the line as Adam Lowry.
Jets want to put
Turned over. The first power play, the Jets with 1 so far in this one. Turned over, and they're going to say this came outside the line as Adam Lowry was walking right down Main Street.
7th of the season.
Well, we mentioned the Jets want to put pucks to the net. They've done a good job of it. For this,
2-1.
well, we mentioned the Jets want to put pucks to the net. They've done a good job of it. At this point in the game, 11-2 are the shots in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Those 2 shots by the Oilers coming very early in this period. It has been all Winnipeg. They've had a couple power plays to go along with it that have helped.
Sherrod,
they've done a good job of it. At this point in the game, 11-2 are the shots in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Those 2 shots by the Oilers coming very early in this. The shots in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Those 2 shots by the Oilers coming very early in this period. It has been all Winnipeg. They've had a couple power plays to go along with it that have helped. Coming very early in this period. It is.
Sherrod at center. Watched by Petrie. Andrew Ference sends it for Ryan Hamilton. Hamilton couldn't get anywhere. Grabbed off, and Gagliardi right back in. So Gagliardi on the line with Lowry and Thorburn. So Perreault getting injured. Michael Frolik goes up into his spot, and Gagliardi gets moved up in the lineup as well. As he'll take Frolik's spot on this line. Sherrod from the line, a bouncer, and that's kicked away by Victor Post. Petrie for Andrew Ference. And Ference out of his own zone. This is NHL game 886 for Ference. For Yakupov scores! Nailed to Ference. And Ference out of his own zone. This is NHL game 886 for Ference. And Ference out of his own zone. This is NHL game 886 for Ference. For Yakupov scores! Nail Yakupov ties this game up on the Oilers' 3rd shot of the period.
Oh, that's the Edmonton Oilers. They do have a skill level on numerous young players on this hockey club. And Nail Yakupov, who has struggled this year, only 2 goals in his last 30 games, starts with a breakout. The Jets lose coverage in the neutral zone, becomes a quick 3-on-2, and Yakupov goes around Sherrod right to the front of the net and slides it between the pads of Michael Hutchinson as the Oilers tie this one up after it has been all Winnipeg.
So Yakupov extends his point streak to 5. And Derek Roy has been a good fit for Nail Yakupov. A goal and 5 or 4 assists in that point streak for Yakupov.
And 11 assists.
Everly in on Mark Stewart. Stewart for Ladd. Ladd on for Stafford. Stafford around Justin Schultz, puts on the brakes, back to the line. Stewart looking for Ladd in the high slot, taken away. Penalty coming up to Andrew Ladd. It's going to be a hooking call. And the Edmonton Oilers, who have tied the game 1-1, will get their first power play of the hockey game. So Nail Yakupov, with his 7th of the year, has tied the game 1-1. Power play of the hockey game. So Nail Yakupov,
Captain Andrew Ladd
of the year, has tied the game 1-1.
Captain Andrew Ladd will head to the penalty box as he gets a hooking call, as he gets this stick into the hands of Oscar Klefbom. And the Winnipeg will go to the penalty kill for the first time.
Jets pass holders, watch for the Jets Rewards bonus code during tonight's game. Enter the code by logging into Jets Rewards. Receive 50 bonus points redeemable for unique Winnipeg Jets benefits and experiences. Jets Rewards, reward your passion. Edmonton power play, 13.9%. Jets clear this all the way down the ice. The power play went 0 for 11 in a 6-game stretch, and then went 3 for 6 in a 2-game stretch, and now 0 for 5 in the last 2 games. Everly for Purcell, for Everly, to the line for Schultz. Justin Schultz watched by Adam Lowry. For Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who does not have a power play goal this year for Edmonton. Everly to the line for Schultz. For Nugent-Hopkins and back for Schultz. Everly, top circle. Everly, quick shot, hit Mark Stewart in front. Stewart tried to clear. Purcell in on Stewart. Brian Little couldn't get a stick on it. Schultz quickly for Everly. Everly back for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, away from him. Little is after him. Nugent-Hopkins controls back for Schultz at the line. Everly to the front of the net. Verlander scores! Everly back for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, away from him. Little is after him. Stewart. Brian Little couldn't get a stick on it. Schultz. Everly to the line for Schultz. For Nugent-Hopkins and back for Schultz. Everly, top circle. Everly, quick shot, hit Mark Stewart in front. Hit Mark Stewart, tried to clear. Purcell in on Stewart. Brian Little couldn't get a stick on it. Schultz quickly for Everly. Everly, back for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. On two, Roy will send it. Gazdic. Anthony Peluso and Luke Gazdic. Gazdic was involved with Chris Neal in Ottawa Sunday in a scrap that Neal did pretty good in, and then broke his thumb in the scrap. Peluso in with the right hand, Gazdic in with the right. Another right hand shot there by Anthony Peluso. This is a heavyweight tilt. And the linesman will not go in until these two show signs of tiring.
Well, they're getting arm weary right now, I'll tell you that.
They may have to call the linesman in.
They're done. What a tilt. That is a heavyweight tilt right there. Two big boys.
Well, they had a little chat during the warm-up.
I think they know each other off the ice, and it just started. They both came together and figured they'd go. And similar in size, Gazdic 6'4", 233, Peluso 6'3", 235. So they both know how to handle themselves. They both can give and take a punch.
And they gave and took.
Well, have both benches up.
Heavyweight battle in Gazdic. This is back-to-back games for him. We mentioned the game Sunday in Ottawa, and this one is right off the face-off. A little discussion, and the gloves come off, and Gazdic and Neal, and Chris Neal actually did very well against Big Luke Gazdic, other than, by the time it was all said and done, his thumb is broken, he is out 4 to 6 weeks, and now you wonder what that does. Neal's name was on the trade market. Boyd Gordon back for Everly. 2-1 Edmonton here in the opening period. 3-1 Edmonton. Now a high stick.
Image magnify this finished look.
Boyd Gordon back for Everly. 2-1 Edmonton here in the opening period.
Magnifying.
Now a high stick as Bufflin got clipped by Everly.
Magnifying.
And the Jeff
Bufford to the preferred left area.
The power play has certainly taken a bit of a different look in the power play. This is power. It's Michael Penguin's 2-1 lead. A minute 30 between the two, and they have taken the 2-1 lead. Kept in at the blue line. Bufflin sends it down low, 4-on-4 to the front of the net, grabbed off by Brian Little. Little across ice pass, ends up on the stick of Myers. Myers for Ladd. Klefbom keeps an eye on him, back for Myers, in behind him. Nobody on it for Edmonton, so Myers gets it to Little. Little to the front of the net, and Ladd got a whack at it.
Take it in the
Tied had a season high and tied a career high with 6 shots on goal against Edmonton. Andrew Ferentz' shot kicked away by Michael Hutchinson. Lead pass for Wheeler. Derek Roy in pursuit. And Wheeler tried to cut to the inside. And good recovery there by Derek Roy. Back for Dustin Byfuglien. Derek Roy, of course, a longtime Buffalo Sabre, and against a couple of his former teammates in this game tonight in Myers and Stafford. Stewart now decks Derek Roy, gives him a little bit of the business, and Derek Roy is slow to get up. Here comes Wheeler, drops for Shifley off the side of the net. As Derek Roy makes his way to the Edmonton bench. Justin Schultz off the post. The quick shot by Schultz. Now to Yakupov and a save made by Hutchinson. Up the boards at center and deflected away by Shifley. Back for Yakupov. In for Lander. No room to the net for him. 4-on-4 about to come to an end. And the Jets will be shorthanded. But only for 8 seconds. Tyler Myers got taken down in behind the play by Yakupov. And Myers is slow to make his way to the bench.
Wow. Not a good first period for Winnipeg.
Trouba back in for Enstrom. Enstrom ahead for Ladd. Ladd will send it out to center ice. So Perreault, Byfuglien, and Myers have all been shaken up in this opening period. Byfuglien did return on that power play. Stafford into the slot for Little. Little watched by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Back for Little to the line for Byfuglien. Byfuglien for Sherratt. Sherratt to the front of the net. That's batted away by Mark Fane. Fane puts it on the Byfuglien's stick, and he rifled that one over top the net. What a chance for Dustin Byfuglien. Sherratt holds it in. That shot off a skate and wide. Into the final 25 seconds of the period. Ladd tried to get it back to the line, could not, and Teddy Purcell. Cross ice for Keith Ollie, and Ollie will send it in.
What a chance for Byfuglien. Boss got knocked down in front, had the whole top of the net and put it over top.
Byfuglien, dying seconds of the period. Stopped at center ice. Carried back in. Matt Fraser leaves it. The wrist shot by Gordon. And Hutchinson will stop that. And a 2-1 score.
3-1 score.
As Mark Stewart steps in to Derek Roy. Keeps him down. Step 1 in the Derek Roy. Keeps him down, and then Derek Roy was slow to go to the bench. Justin Schultz with the quick shot off the far side pipe. And then Yakupov with the shot that Michael Hutchinson has to make the save. Tyler Myers with the carbon, and he gets tied up with Yakupov. As Yakupov takes Myers to the boards, and Myers was slow to go to the Jets bench. So a wild opening 20 minutes. And the Edmonton Oilers have the lead.
Edmonton Oilers going over the lead.
And the Edmonton Oilers have the lead. Jets on TSN, brought to you by Subway Restaurant. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh. Tyler Myers on the ice for the Winnipeg Jets, so that is good news. He was shaken up late in that opening period. Brian Little on the power play, 22nd of the year for Little, his 8th on the power play, and the 7th time this season that Brian Little has opened the scoring in a hockey game. Nail Yakupov draws Edmonton even, and then Anton Lander, a minute 31 later, makes it 2-1.
Well, Anthony Peluso.
Nail Yakupov draws Edmonton even, and then Anton Lander, a minute 31 later, makes it 2-1.
Well, Anthony Peluso in the box for Winnipeg Jets. Him and Luke Dasdick had a heavyweight bout. They're having a laugh about it afterwards, but good to see Myers on the ice to start the second. Unfortunately, still no Matthew Perreault. He has not returned, and we have not gotten word.
Brian Little starts at center. Face off with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 16 shots on goal for the Winnipeg Jets in that opening period. And Matthew Perreault, there's a chance in front, that went wide. Matthew Perreault, lower body, is done for the night for the Winnipeg Jets. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins down low. Teddy Purcell there to lend some support, and now for Eberle. Eberle and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins get tied up there with Brian Little. Myers plays it around for Ladd. Ladd got bumped by Nugent-Hopkins and gets the puck now for Toby Edstrom. Drew Stafford gets the center, plays it in. And back forward, Justin Schultz. Oscar Klefbom, long left wing pass on and off the stick of Ryan Hamilton. Back in for Wheeler. Wheeler in on goal with Michael Frolik. And the save made by Victor Frost. And then a pile-up. Michael Frolik. And the save made by Victor Frost. And then a pile-up in front of the Edmonton net. And a
well, now Victor Frost is down as Scheifele gets thrown into him right in front of the Oiler net. Chances at both ends of the ice early in this second period. As Michael Frolik had a nice opportunity. Scheifele collided with Frost, and Wheeler outweights. Nice feed to Frolik, and Scheifele gets pushed in by Hamilton, who pushes him right into his netminder. But a nice play by Wheeler. Almost thought he'd waited too long, but found a way to center that feed to Frolik. Eberle, so Coach Nelson with another look to go.
Continue in this. Boy, we've so they have been right around a 500 hockey club since the change in zone around the boards for Jacob Trouba. Trouba takes it down low, tied up by Derek Roy. Back at the line for Trouba. Frolik takes the pass in the corner. Scheifele, Trouba on for Stewart. His down low pass was blocked by Yakupov. Yakupov loses it after getting bumped by Wheeler and controlled in behind the net by Petrie. Through the middle, Ryan Hamilton will deflect this in, and Michael Hutchinson will leave it for Jacob Trouba. Out at center for Gagliardi. Gagliardi tried to get it through for Thorburn. That failed to work. Mark Fane out of his own zone. Big hit on the far side. Fane in his 300th NHL game as Fane got rocked. Up the boards for Thorburn. Thorburn through center. Stopped at the Edmonton line. Cleared up by Ollie and fired right back in by Mark Stewart. Round the boards for Gagliardi. Tried to slip it back for Thorburn, but Thorburn was on his way to the bench. Long lead pass. Brian Little was in behind Ollie. Couldn't handle the long feed from Sherratt. And now Ollie spins Stafford around in the corner.
The boards.
Klefbom chased back into his own end. Sherratt in center breaks it up and hammers it back into the Edmonton zone. Brian Little down low looking for Stafford. Klefbom takes it for the Oilers. Oscar Klefbom's pass stopped by Andrew Ladd. Bufflin for Stafford and back into the Edmonton zone.
Just trying to get a little more physical in this period. They're out hitting that first period by Edmonton 7-6.
Klefbom, the 21-year-old from Sweden, parks in behind his own net, dishes for Ollie. Ollie snaps it up the boards out at center. Teddy Purcell for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back for Klefbom, the blast and the save made. Michael Frolik pulls up against Nugent-Hopkins, gets it for Scheifele. Scheifele for Wheeler. Wheeler shot right on the rebound. And Andrew Ferentz tied up the stick of Mark Scheifele.
Well, that started with a real good play by Michael Frolik in the neutral zone. As Blake Wheeler has a good chance going wide. Frolik just stops up, buys some time, a little bit of space as Scheifele. Good puck support. Wide with speed. Wheeler the shot. The rebound sitting there. Scheifele tries to reach for it, but just can't get back over that front of the net in time.
Lowry, Gagliardi, and Thorburn back out for the Winnipeg Jets. Klefbom off the draw. Jets are 15-13-6 against the Western Conference. They've had far more success against the East. And that's where their next 2 games will be, into Washington Thursday, into Toronto on Saturday. Petrie up the boards. Tyler Myers breaks it up. Now for Adam Lowry. Petrie bumps him and cleared in behind Ryan Hamilton. Hamilton and Toby Enstrom in a race, and another racing call here against Edmonton. Toby bumps him and cleared in behind Ryan Hamilton. Hamilton and Toby Enstrom in a race, and another racing call here against Edmonton.
Well, we're talking about the Winnipeg Jets trying to get more physical, get that type of forecheck they want. Adam Lowry came in the game leading them with 173 hits, and he does a nice finish. His fade clears the puck. Lowry comes through. Big body there as he finishes Mark Fane, but Adam Lowry has been physical all year long, second in rookies. Lowry comes through. Big body there as he finishes Mark Fane, but Adam Lowry has been physical all year long, second in rookies.
Myers puts it to the front of the net. Save made by Foss. Stafford back out with Little and Ladd, and Drew Stafford with 8 goals in 8 career games against Edmonton.
Well, it's a good sign. Maybe that's part of the reason for the move by Paul Maurice. We'll be interested to see if he sticks with it here or how long, as switching up the right wingers there between the Little and Shifley lines.
November 18th against New Jersey, the start of that 3-game homestand. Paul Maurice reunited Ladd, Little, and Wheeler, and they've been together ever since. Ladd, the shot, Fost the save. Stafford a whack at it, scramble in front, Fost is down. Tyler Myers holds it in. Myers, and now it does come out against the checking of Pouliot, and back in, and offside is called.
Well, the Jets have had their chances. They've had their opportunities. Myers was trying to fight off Pouliot to keep that in. Stafford on the forecheck. Lander falls right to Ladd, and then the rebound. Stafford with a great chance. And all three, Ladd, Little, Stafford right in front, as Pouliot pressures Myers just over the blue line.
So Fost appears to be okay after getting shaken up. Trouba gets it for Mark Stewart, and Stewart will send it in. Anthony Peluso out now with Slater and Thorburn. Jets down a forward. Matthew Perreault, injured early in this game, is done for the night. Mark Stewart trying to hold it in, could not. Delayed things long enough to prevent an odd man rush, and Karkoreinen lets the wrist shot go. Save made by Hutchinson. Centered for Pouliot to the short side. Hutchinson the save. Trouba up for Peluso. Peluso blocked out there by Andrew Ferentz. Lander into the slot. Petrie for Eberle. And Eberle's shot didn't get through. Petrie back for Eberle. Into the high slot. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back for Andrew Ferentz. And that hit a body in front of the net. Peluso gets this out to center and back to the order line. Petrie back for it. For Teddy Purcell. Purcell drops it back. Petrie comes cross ice. Andrew Ferentz, Stanley Cup winner with the Boston Bruins. Chipped into the Jet zone. After it, Sherratt. Sherratt and Purcell tie each other up. Michael Frolik slips it down the boards. Dustin Byfuglien gave chase from his defensive position, but the Oilers recovered. Byfuglien at center. Byfuglien riding a 4-game point streak with 7 points in the 4 games. Shot from the line by Shifley. That gets cleared away. Schultz is after it. For Oscar Klefbom. For Teddy Purcell, he couldn't handle it. Shifley back out to center for Ben Sherratt. Sherratt takes it wide on Schultz. Sherratt into the slot for Brian Little. Off the post. Brian Little off the pipe on Victor Fost. That post has had a couple this game, as Justin Schultz put it off that pipe in the first period. Back into the slot for Ladd. Tried to slip it down to Little. And the Oilers break it up and clear, and right back in. And the Oilers and the Jets will start a change. Oilers offensively, the Jets defensively. Ryan Hamilton shot to the front of the net. Oh, what a chance for Nail Yakupov. That got through Hutchinson, but came up the near side. Back for Stafford. Brian Little hits to the net. Quickly for Ladd. Little takes that pass. Stafford to the front of the net. That got blocked. Ryan Hamilton gets to the Jets line. Hamilton wide against Tyler Myers. Yakupov. Jets looking for a line change now as Stafford. They started it. Ladd got to the bench, but Little and Stafford caught out there as we look at the captain of the Oilers, Andrew Ferentz.
Connor McDavid.
Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's game is Quaker granola bars.
Ben Sherratt with a nice rush of confidence carrying the puck into the zone, and a real nice heads-up play as he pulls up and able with a backhand play finds Brian Little coming in. Little rings it off the post as he beats Foss. And then the other way, shot as Roy drops the puck, comes off the back wall between the legs of Michael Hutchinson right to the stick of Nail Yakupov, who can't find the back of the net. Yakupov already has one tonight for Edmonton.
That came through Hutchinson's legs from the backboards and then right back through Hutchinson's legs off the stick of Yakupov, and did not find into the 6x4. Shot by Ferentz, save made by Hutchinson. The 10th shot now of the game for the Edmonton Oilers, who have been outshot 21-10.
Well, TJ Galliardi was shaken up off that faceoff. Seems to be all right, though, as he stays on the ice.
4 of the last 6 games for the Winnipeg Jets have gone to overtime. They are 2 for 2 in the 4 overtime games. Have things turned around, though, Shane, as you and Sarah have talked about, with points now in 5 of the last 6.
Well, in the face-ups
of the game by Ferentz, made by Hutchinson. The 10th shot now of the game for the Edmonton Oilers, who have been outshot 21-10.
Well, TJ Galliardi was shaken up off that face-off. Seems to be all right, though, as he stays on the ice.
4 of the last 6 games for the Winnipeg Jets have gone to overtime. They are 2 for 2 in the 4 overtime games. Have things turned around, though, Shane, as you and Sarah talked about, with points now in 5 of the last 6.
Well, points are the premium this time of year, and you'll take them any way you can as the Jets are getting their game back on track.
Adam Lowry trying to stuff that up the boards. That got blocked. Mark Stewart for Trouba. The Oilers in on the forecheck. Trouba back in behind his own net. Jacob Trouba pulls out. 7 points in 4 games career-wise against the Edmonton Oilers for Jacob Trouba. Jeff Petrie through center ice, winds his way into the Jet zone. Petrie with Ladd in pursuit. Knocked down in the corner was Fraser. And Sherratt right back for the Jets. Sherratt finds a little bit of room. Takes that same path down the left side boards. Gets it to Brian Little again. Scores! Brings his way into the Jet zone. Petrie with Ladd in pursuit. Trouba. Jeff Petrie through center ice, winds his way into the Jet zone. Petrie with Ladd in pursuit. Knocked down in the corner was Fraser. And Sherratt right back for the Jets. Sherratt finds a little bit of room. Takes that same right back for the Jets. Sherratt finds a little bit of room. Takes that same path down the left side boards. Gets it to Brian Little again. Stop! That's the way they'll do. By Betts into the end. Matthew Perreault for Scheifele.
Well, if it doesn't work once, try it again, and that's exactly what Sherratt and Brian Little do. As Ben Sherratt, a couple real nice rushes by the young defenseman. The first time he's able to come in, comes around, nice little backhand feed to Brian Little. He goes to the blocker side, finds the post, doesn't go in, post and out. This time Sherratt finds Little, who goes glove side, post and in.
Sherratt and Byfuglien right back out for the Winnipeg Jets. Byfuglien looking for the carry, he got it, but it was cleared away by Victor Post. In for Slater, back to the line. Sherratt the shot right on as we've now got Slater back to the line. Sherratt the shot is got Slater, Peluso, and Andrew Ladd as Paul Maurice is having to juggle his forward lines.
Oh, he's going to have to double shift somewhat.
It's a matter of trying to get everyone ice time as Brian Little with 23 goals on the year now.
Well, Paul Maurice, I have to see his clutches stick with it here as they've had this as we
Later and ever now take the soft
to strike.
earlier today about Myers and Drew Stafford, just about how happy they were to be here. And Drew Stafford has mentioned this a couple of times, so has Tyler Myers. This is the time of the year you want to play meaningful games. And you look at the standings, and the Jets will have plenty of meaningful games between now and whenever it comes to an end. Into the slot for Anthony Peluso, and that got steered away. Dustin Bufflin in from the line against Teddy Purcell. Peluso now gets bumped by Thane. Peluso stays on the puck and comes up with it. Thorburn trying to get it back to the line. Purcell blocks it.
McDavid blocks it.
Now Thorburn wins the battle. Thorburn to the front of the net, cleared away by Keith Ollie. Purcell, his pass blocked by Gagliardi. Lowry sends it back down low. Victor Foss clears it away and then runs some interference on Gagliardi. Cleared all the way down, and this is going to be an icing call against Edmonton.
Well, good pressure from the Winnipeg Jets as they just continue to put it in, forcing the turnovers quick on pucks. Nice play by a couple of role players. Peluso had a nice chance in the high slot, stayed on top of it, and Chris Thorburn, who scored last game in Detroit. Nice little play below the goal line.
Gagliardi's probably wondering, okay, goalies can hit us, we can't hit goals. Third multi-goal game.
Nice play.
Winnipeg going to be an icing call against interference on Gagliardi. Cleared all the way down, and this is going to be an icing call against Edmonton.
Well, good pressure from the Winnipeg Jets as they just continue to put it in, forcing. Good pressure from the Winnipeg Jets as they just continue to put it in, forcing the turnovers quick on pucks. Nice play by a couple of role players. Peluso had a nice chance in the high slot, stayed on top of it, and Chris Thorburn, who scored last game in Detroit. Nice little play below the goal line.
Gagliardi's probably wondering,
in the high slot, stayed on top of it, and Chris Thorburn, who scored last game in Detroit. Stayed on top of it, and Chris Thorburn, who scored last game in Detroit. Forcing the turn in the high slot, stayed on top of it, and Chris Thorburn, who scored last game in Detroit. Nice little play below the goal line.
Gagliardi's probably wondering, okay, goalies can hit us, we can't hit goals. Third, goalies can hit us, we can't hit goals. Gagliardi's probably wondering, okay, goalies can hit us, we can't hit goals. Gagliardi's probably wondering, okay, goalies can hit us, we can't hit goals. Third multi-goal game of the season for Brian Little. Teddy Purcell at center ice snaps this in. Only 6 goals on the year for Purcell. Signed as an unrestricted free agent. Trouba finds Scheifele, and Scheifele did get the shot away. Didn't get as much on it as he would have liked. Derek Roy, who was shaken up on a hit by Mark Stewart, back out there for Edmonton. And here comes Trouba. At center for Frolik and through for Stafford. Klefbom stays with Stafford. Stafford controls against Yakupov. Trouba the blast wide. Tyler Myers back down low. Myers plays it deep, and then Trouba heads to the bench, and out comes Toby Enstrom. Yakupov bounces this right onto the stick of Myers. Myers back for Brian Little. Stopped there by Anton Lander. Lander in for Pouliot, and Pouliot couldn't get anywhere. Pouliot, an unrestricted free agent last July. Been well-traveled over the last few years. Cleared in by the Oilers after Toby Enstrom. Enstrom gets tied up in the corner. Pakarinen couldn't control it, and Ladd, it's onto the stick of Ladd for Myers, and back looking for Ladd. And Andrew Ferentz is there to break it up.
Well, Paul Maurice, Ladd, Little, and Wheeler back together for a shift.
I think we may see a number of different line combinations now in this game. Lead pass for Lowry, trying to get in behind everyone, could not. Back for Gordon. Boyd Gordon to the front of the net. Never did get to Fraser. Boyd Gordon, Memorial Cup winner with the Red Deer Rebels out of Unity, Saskatchewan. Oilers in on the forecheck. Fraser lost his footing and fell. Grabbed off by Bufflin, the long lead pass for Gagliardi. Nice spin around move by Gagliardi. Couldn't get clean control of it though. And back for it now, Mark Fane. Near side boards, and Gazdic is drilled by Bufflin.
Well, Gazdic is down. And Dustin Bufflin, everybody comes in. Well, this happened at the far side. Look at Dustin Bufflin. He's tied up with Gordon. The puck comes up. And Bufflin just with a good hit. That shoulder. And he pinches down. Makes contact with, looks like the back of Gazdic's shoulder first.
Wow.
But there's just a lot of force behind it.
2-2 tie here in the second period.
Well, Dustin Bufflin, we've seen it all year long. He hits with force. And it's a play up the wall. Look, Gazdic gets it. Dustin Bufflin pinches. And as you slow it down, the shoulder makes contact with Gazdic's shoulders, but it's his head that goes into the boards as he goes down. That's where the injury occurs, not from the end. It's Gazdic goes down with force, and his face, just a twisted body and very awkward fall as two big men collide.
Well, Gazdic 6'4", 233 pounds, and Dustin Bufflin 6'5", and whatever the weight is, there's plenty of it there.
Well, yeah, and that's the contact wasn't to the head. The contact was to Gazdic's shoulders, but it's the way he fell. And unfortunately, fell awkward where his face went into the boards.
Little, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Little has both Jets goals in this game. Myers sends this in, and Victor Fost, who was shaken up earlier this period, appears to be all right, plays it around the boards, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gets squeezed out there by Blake Wheeler. Myers pulls away from Teddy Purcell. The pass into the skates of Andrew Ladd, and back into the Jet zone. Enstrom with Purcell in pursuit. Enstrom slips it up the boards. Justin Schultz is in from the line. The Jets do clear, though, and out at center for Ladd. Ladd through for Myers, and Blake Wheeler trying to drag Ladd skates at first. And Jets do clear, though, and out at center for Ladd. Ladd through for Myers, and Blake Wheeler trying to drag that back leg, and wasn't quite long enough. Offside is called. Jets on TSN, brought to you by Peoples, Canada's #1 diamond store. Let love shine. Face off outside the line. We talked about the Jets being in Washington on Thursday. We'll have that, of course, for you on TSN. And Washington, the only team we haven't seen yet this year.
Oh, no, and Alexander Ovechkin has absolutely been tearing up the league as he takes over the goal-scoring lead.
27 points since the calendar turned. Big hit in behind the net as Pouliot stepped into Jacob Trouba. Here comes Gagliardi. Gagliardi one-on-one on Ferentz, and Gagliardi the shot to the short side, and Fost the save. Back to the line for Jacob Trouba. Trouba looking for a lane to the net, couldn't get it through. Stewart lets it go. Fost makes the save. Petrie for Ferentz. Stopped by Gagliardi. Down for Adam Lowry. After it, Michael Foley. And taking it there is Lander. Dangerously to the front of his own net. Lost it, Foley. Couldn't get a backhander to go as Ferentz closed in on Foley quickly. Petrie to center, sends it in. And back forward, Bufflin. Yakupov after him. Bufflin pulls up straight up the ice to center. Right side for Stafford. Stafford puts on the brakes, trying to get it back down low against Hamilton. Could not. Sherratt at center, and Sherratt will send it in. Stafford to the front of the net, and that got blocked. Clefbaum got his stick down and clears it away. Yakupov back into the Jet zone.
Play the album 6, the musical, on YouTube Music.
Bounces off a check from Ryan Hamilton. Hamilton trying to bring it to the front of the net, could not. Here's a chance for Ladd. Ladd in on the left side for Scheifele. Knocked it out of midair, and the save made. Scheifele back to the front of the net. Cleared Sherratt. Into the slot, Scheifele from Stafford for Bufflin, and that's blocked by Fost. Back for Derek Roy. Roy at center. Bufflin stepped into him. Derek Roy lays some lumber on Dustin Bufflin. Here comes Ladd. Ladd tees it up and into the catching glove of Victor Fost, as the Jets with plenty of offensive dominance. But it's a 2-2 tie as Pouliot steps into Jacob Trouba. Never a dull moment when Dustin Bufflin is on the ice, and Ryan Hamilton took a run at the Jets defenseman in behind the Jets net. And after the hit, listen in.
He likes to have fun out there.
Yeah.
Nice try, tell the youngster. Well, Ryan Hamilton, he's not small either. 6'2", 219 pounds.
Face-off will be in the Edmonton zone. You always know when Bufflin's around. Mark Fane sends this back into the Winnipeg zone. Grabbed off by Enstrom. Through the middle looking for Peluso, too far, and this will be an icing call against the Jets.
Well, this has happened a couple times now with the Slater line on the ice and icing, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his line will hop over the boards for the Edmonton Oilers. But this is valuable to have a guy like Jim Slater, who is very good on faceoffs, can get them puck positions so they can get a change and get the matchup that the Jets want.
Slater 83% in the faceoff department, wins this one. Tyler Myers, born in Houston, grew up in Calgary, played for the Kelowna Rockets, sends it in, and Myers goes after it. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins clears out at center. Cleared in by Eberle. Eberle and Enstrom to the corner boards after a loose puck. Sent around, and Slater is there. Schultz closes in on Slater.
It was McDavid.
Back deep for Nugent-Hopkins. Myers with that long reach, but a good job to protect the puck by Nugent-Hopkins. Back to the line, Schultz. Back for Nugent-Hopkins. Left point, Clefbaum the shot. And seeing it all the way is Hutchinson. And Hutchinson will hang on to it for the face-off.
Well, that's key.
Tonight's player profile brought to you by Asante, providing complete financial advice.
Well, Drew Stafford, big game against Detroit as he was able to ice it in the shootout. Very happy. Talked about it. Loves the way this group of guys and the passion in that room before games. And, you know, so much fun to play this time of the year. It feels good to be part of it.
2 shots for Stafford in this game on just over 12 minutes of ice time. Says he wants to be in that situation. Was glad that Paul Maurice tapped him on the shoulder in the shootout. Wheeler puts on the brakes at center. His pass intended for Little. Lander breaks it up and sends it back in. Pakarinen hit in the corner there by Wheeler. And Trouba on the loose puck for Ladd. Spins and finds Mark Stewart. Stewart will find Little. Little pulls up inside the Edmonton zone. Gets pinned to the sideboards by Andrew Ferentz. Kept in by Trouba. He'll play it deep. Off the corner boards for Ollie. For Yakupov, and Yakupov deflects it into the Winnipeg Jets bench.
Well, Pakarinen is slow to go to the bench. He took a big hit in the last shift from Blake Wheeler, who was back covering. Pakarinen comes in, takes a hit. Looks like he may have gotten winded on this, but another player is slow to head back to their bench. Paul Maurice talked about Blake Wheeler and feels he's been one of the most consistent players they've had this season with his effort level and the way he approaches each and every game.
Bakarinen, a Florida pick in 2012, and then signed, or 2011, and signed as a free agent with the Oilers in 2014 out of Finland. With his name, you probably already figured that one out. Kept in at the line by Dustin Byfuglien. Ryan Hamilton's after Byfuglien again. Byfuglien trying to jam it down low. Derek Roy, and here comes Hamilton. Gave Byfuglien another little bump. Derek Roy. For Yakupov in for Hamilton. Offside is called, and then Byfuglien gave Hamilton a little bit of a shot.
Well, Byfuglien and Hamilton seem to have something going. Hamilton almost in all alone. Just a step offside as Yakupov gave a little chip pass to him. And before Hamilton tried to take a run at Dustin Byfuglien as he was up against the boards holding that puck inside the blue line.
Keith Hawley, former Brandon Wheat King, snaps this in around the boards after it. Yakupov for Derek Roy, back for Ollie, and that shot misses. Low blocker side on the right-handed catching Hutchinson. Battle in the corner. Byfuglien got a piece of Yakupov. Oilers stay on it though. Hamilton bumped by Lowry. Derek Roy couldn't get a shot away. Byfuglien is without a stick as his stick is snapped in two. Cleared down the boards, and this is going to be an icing call. Face-off will come all the way back.
Well, Dustin Byfuglien lost his stick, and Adam Lowry took a hit from Nail Yakupov. Yakupov comes in, and the stick a little bit high, catches Lowry, who's 6'5", much taller. It's the hands to the face of Adam Lowry.
Sharp angle shot steered away by Hutchinson. Gagliardi, Lowry, and finally on for Thorburn, and he'll shovel this out to center. Justin Schultz through center away from Little. Back for it, Ben Sherratt. Sherratt with an assist in this game for Gagliardi. Gagliardi trying to get past Justin Schultz, and offside called against the line. Winnipeg Jets hockey on TSN. Action continues Thursday against the Washington Capitals. Live coverage gets underway 6 o'clock Central on TSN 3. Boyd Gordon back out to face off against Brian Little. 2-2 tie. Dennis Bayak, Shane 90, Sarah Orleski. Our TSN crew here at the MTS Center. Terrence out to center ice. Fraser no further as he got stopped by Wheeler. Tyler Myers for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler goes cross ice looking for Little, and Boyd Gordon steered that away. Shots 28-12 in favor of the Jets, but it's a 2-2 tie. Enstrom for Myers. For Wheeler and cross ice for Little. Little with a little bit of room. Little wide on Petrie. Little drives it to the net short side, and Victor Foss makes the save. Nice net drive by Brian Little.
Great little stutter step on Petrie. Just bought enough time to go around.
Ference for Petrie, off his stick, Shifley. Back in for Frolik, in for Stafford. He tried to cut it to the middle of the ice, and he got taken down. Cleared by Pouliot. Mark Stewart back into his own end. For Frolik, looking for Shifley. Jets minus Matthew Perreault, injured very early in this hockey game and will not return. Lower body. Stewart back into his own end as the second period comes to an end. The only goal of the period by Brian Little.
Well, and Brian Little has both the goals for the Winnipeg Jets and was looking for a third with a nice little rush to end this second for the Winnipeg. A great little change of speed, slows up then right around Petrie. Nice move, tries to bring it to the forehand as Foss with good post coverage.
So 40 minutes in the books here at the MTS Center as the Edmonton Oilers leave the ice. Winnipeg Jets will head to their dressing room. And we are deadlocked after 40 minutes. Adam Lowry, the hit on Fane. Adam Lowry, physical in that period. Jets, plenty of offensive opportunities, and Brian Little with his second of the night finally does tie it 2-2. Shop at Safeway today. Watch future Jets on TSN telecast. You can win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Prince Bay Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals. Shop at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner. Brian Little, the only goal of that second period, 23 on the year now for Little. Little with one hat trick this season, 2 career hat tricks. There's your shots on goal after 40.
Oh, Dustin Bufflin with that big hit on Luke Gazdic in that second period. He doesn't appear to be back in the game.
Stewart in his own zone. Trouba up on the right side for Stafford. Past him. Scheifele, Michael Frolik in on the forecheck. Michael Frolik will turn 27 tomorrow. Scheifele back into his own end. This is going to be an icing call against Edmonton.
Well, we mentioned a hit by Dustin Bufflin, and after you see it over and over, just complete force. A big man in Dustin Bufflin, 6'5", 260 to the shoulder, and Gazdic just falls awkwardly as he cartwheels and his head ends up smacking the boards. His chin hits the ice, and he went off for repairs.
Gazdic and Anthony Peluso with a heavyweight battle in the opening period. It went on and on and on. Myers for Toby Enstrom and back for Myers. Edmonton Oilers 193 goals against. That is most in the Western Conference. But they have been better. They had the bad stretch from November 11th to December 27th when they won one game in 21. Klefbom for Everly. Back for Petrie. Petrie through the middle. Finds Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Scores! Klefbom for Everly. Back for Petrie. Petrie through the middle. Finds Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Scores! Ryan Nugent.
Cuts the Oilers lead. The Jets lead 4-2.
Oh, this is a bad change by the Winnipeg Jets, and they get caught, and the wrong guy gets sent in all alone. Brian Little, Blake Wheeler, Andrew Ladd, all three guys go to the box. Myers is up in the play, Enstrom on the left wall, and Nugent-Hopkins breaks up the middle, gets the feet, and he goes to the forehand and puts it past the glove of Michael Hutchinson.
15 on the year for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Jets needed a come-up.
Nugent-Hopkins just breaks up the middle, gets the feed,
0%
and he goes to the forehand and puts it past the glove of Michael Hutchinson.
15 on the year for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
As Brian Little, Blake Wheeler, Andrew Ladd, all three guys go to the box. Myers is up in the play, Enstrom on the left wall, and Nugent-Hopkins just breaks up the middle, gets the feed, and he goes to the forehand and puts it past the glove of Michael Hutchinson.
15 on the year for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Jets needed a come-from-behind win. The first time the Oilers were in this building. Long shot in, save made by Hutchinson, and he will hang on to it. Nice lead pass there by Petrie.
Well, Nugent-Hopkins just comes off Petrie. Great play as everyone's caught. Frolik's the one who jumps onto the ice, and as he does, he goes right after Nugent-Hopkins. He can't catch him, and Nugent-Hopkins able to get it past the glove of Michael.
In the third. Last time the Oilers were in this building, Dustin Bufflin scored late in the third as Michael Hutchinson makes another save. And then Matthew Perreault, who is out of this game, scored in overtime for the Jets.
As the game, Dustin Bufflin was a forward, and after that was the move to defense after that Edmonton Oilers game.
That is correct. Zach Bogosian took a shot in the foot in that game, and he was on IR. Next game, Dustin Bufflin was back on the blue line.
vertically scored.
Face off against Stafford as Scheifele got waved out. Tied up in the face-off circle and now onto the stick of Michael Frolik. He'll kick this into the Edmonton zone. Frolik goes in after it. Whoa.
Well, calling a chip before the red line. As a close call, the fans react.
Face off back into the Jets zone, and now Drew Stafford makes his way to the Winnipeg Jets dressing room. We'll keep an eye on that. Everly centers in front, cleared away before Boyd Gordon could get a whack at it. Gagliardi sends it in. Gagliardi goes in after Manali.
Edmonton Oilers vs Winnipeg Jets NHL.
Failed to clear it up the boards. Lowry back for Gagliardi. Lowry stepped in front of him, and Everly will take control. For Gordon, Gordon feeds it through, looking for Fraser, just deflected away from him. And Sherratt through the middle. Gagliardi at center, and Gagliardi in for Thorburn. Delayed offside against the Jets. The Jets will clear the zone, and that allows Keith Hawley to carry it out. Hawley gets to center and floats a backhander deep. Jacob Trouba for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler for Brian Little. Little to the line with Ladd Stewart, who joins the attack. Now Wheeler takes the pass. Wheeler in the slot. Save made by Fost. And Ladd couldn't get a stick on the loose puck. Cleared by Yakupov to center, no further. Stewart breaks it up, got knocked down, jams it ahead for Ladd. On for Wheeler, stopped by Petrie. Jared Roy back in his own end for Andrew Ferentz. Ferentz sends it in, and this will be icing called against Edmonton in the face-off to come back.
Well, Drew Stafford has gone down the tunnel, and it was off the face-off. Well, Drew Stafford.
Maybe it's a conversation there with Pascal Vincent. At the line for Scheifele. Scheifele sends it deep on and off the stick of Myers as Myers and Scheifele have switched spots temporarily. Here comes Enstrom. Takes it wide. Enstrom to the front of the net. Gagliardi was knocked down. Myers sharp angle. Save, rebound, save. Chance in tight for Mark Scheifele.
Well, Mark Scheifele, 6 shots against Detroit. He has had his share of chances. And another one just off a play. Myers throws it to the net. Rebound. And Victor Fost, who has been very busy tonight with the big save, as Myers pitches down just a little shot towards the net. The rebound's there. And Scheifele tries to find some room on the glove side. But Fost out to challenge and makes the save.
Scheifele back to the Jets bench. So the Jets now down 2 forwards. Perreault done for the night, and shot score! Perreault done for the night, and shot score! Has his first as a Winnipeg Jet to tie this game up at 3.
Against Detroit, that led to the goal, changed the momentum of the game, and this might do the same. An absolute blast. Thorburn wins the draw. A little one-time play from Enstrom, an absolute cannon as he rips it past the blocker of Fost. And Tyler Myers, welcome to Winnipeg, as he ties it at 3.
0%
Well,
vertically
a
scored.
souvenir. We talked about this crowd at the MTS Center as the puck gets pushed into a safe spot.
Crowd here, cheering.
Brian Little sits down at the MTS Center as the puck gets put into a safe spot.
Once more, no way to score action.
Brian Little sends it home. 3-3 tie. A big goal for Tyler Myers. Gets put to the safe spot.
Image magnifying his finished loading.
Brian Little sends it in. 3-3 tie. A big goal for Tyler Myers. Wheeler, cross ice. Myers has it when he was a member of the Buffalo Sabres, he was looking forward to being on the good side of it, and he brought them to their feet with that goal.
Oh, he definitely got it louder in here.
Cleared in, it hits Andrew Ladd, the laid offside. Enstrom and Thorburn, the assists. Ollie. Deflected into the Jet zone. Shifley, Bufflin, Sherratt on for Lowry. Now Foley back for Shifley. Shifley across the line. Shifley trying to drive it in. So Adam Lowry now back on the wing with the absence of Stafford and Perreault. Back to the blue line for Bufflin, and the blast goes off the stick of Pouliot and out of play. Well, the Bucks are the huge players other than to use a lot. Ferentz for Petrie. 3 shots in this game for Myers as he closes in on 16 minutes of ice time. Gordon puts it right onto the stick of Thorburn. Big face-off win there for Thorburn.
A real big win is they switched sides for that. Strong side for Thorburn. Slater moved to the wing and right back to Enstrom.
Derek Roy lost control of it. Here comes Gagliardi. And goal to the back. Truba. Gagliardi to keep this tied 3-3. Jets will start. Here comes Lowry in. Did not sign Lowry for Bufflin. Puck. Sherratt in for the one of Senders. Out for Derek Roy. Out for Ryan Hamilton. Stopped by Jacob Trouba. Little trying to send it up the boards for Ladd Kent. Derek Roy to the backboards with Mark Stewart and Brian Little down to help out. Wheeler ahead for Trouba, leads the attack. Trouba wide. Trouba centers. Boss deflected it away. Ladd for Stewart, but it comes outside the line. Stewart snaps it back in. Jets will start a line change. So Paul Maurice has been tested tonight as he's had to juggle lines. Here comes Foley. Back out with Lowry and Shifley. Everly. Myers gets there first though. Lowry into bunt. Everly. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is there. And Justin Schultz is on it. The Anaheim draft pick and then did not sign with the Ducks and ended up signing with the Oilers. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in for Teddy Purcell. Purcell to the backhand, and he got stripped of the puck. Collision now as Shifley's a little slow to get up at the side of the net. Purcell broken up by Myers. Purcell tries it again, and again Myers breaks it up. Lowry for Frolik. Finds some room as he cuts into the Edmonton zone. The long shot, boy, that seemed to give Victor Foss some trouble. Back for Bufflin. Thorburn. Bufflin. Trying to get it down low to Sherratt. Battle there with Pakarinen. And Lander's on the loose puck. Lander with a goal in this game for the Oilers. Came on a power play. Sherratt, no room one way. Tight turns and gets it to Bufflin. Ahead for Thorburn and on for Gagliardi and into the Oilers zone. Petrie with Gagliardi in pursuit. Around the boards, Bufflin is waiting for it. Comes near side, Sherratt, slap Thorburn. Off his stick, Sherratt, Bufflin! Wires it and it goes off a body and out of play. 35 shots on goal in this game for the Winnipeg Jets, and Bufflin not happy he didn't get that one through. And here's Gagliardi with the chance. Foss the save. Maurice has his team in a 3-3 tie, but is minus a couple of players. Matthew Perreault got injured early on this play and is done for the night. And the Jets with some opportunities there with Shifley, and then there's Stafford right off the faceoff. And he heads to the bench.
Yeah, Stafford left. Since then, the Jets have really stepped it up here in the absence of a couple forwards. Really, everybody who's on the bench is going to be rolled here. Anthony Kluso, the only player, so they've got 9 guys to play here in the third.
Kept in by Trouba for Ladd. And you wonder if the thought hasn't crossed Dustin Buckland's mind that he may be a forward on Thursday. Stafford is done for the night. So no Perreault and no Stafford. Back down low. Ladd in the corner. Little, Ladd, and Wheeler. Seems one way or another, good news or bad news, these three get back together. In behind for Little. Leaves it for Ladd. Ladd to the blue line for Jacob Trouba. Trouba's shot, and Foss the save as he saw that at the last second. Little stays on it. Back for Trouba. Back for Stewart. Slot for Wheeler. Wheeler tees it up. Had Foss going the wrong way, and that missed the net. Foss was going from his left to his right, and the shot was back to the glove side. Yakupov, his shot, save made by Hutchinson. This has been a tough night on Michael Hutchinson. Stretches, long stretches without any action. Back to the line, no. Unable to hold it in was Toby Edstrom. Many of the fans think he did hold it in, but they don't have the whistle.
No, they wish they could make the call there. Thought it was good, but the Jets, a couple long shots that continue to just throw everything at Victor Foss, and Blake Wheeler with a shot that had Foss screamed. He could have no idea where that was going. He guessed, and he guessed wrong, but Wheeler missed the net to the left side. Blake Wheeler has had an extra gear in this game. He has been all around it tonight. You're looking for someone possibly to pick for the winner. He might be the guy. His shots now 37-15 in favor of Winnipeg.
And someone said that at the start of the game on our keys to the game for the Winnipeg Jets. Don't turn down a shot.
Well, they haven't.
They've had plenty. Offside called against. Someone said that at the start of the game on our keys to the game for the Winnipeg Jets. Don't turn down a shot.
Well, they haven't.
They've had plenty. Offside called against Edmonton.
A few whistles here for the Jets.
5-3 to the Oilers.
The rest of the forwards. A few whistles here for the Jets. I'm sure they won't mind. This
0%.
rest of a few whistles here for the Jets. I'm sure they won't mind. This rest of the forwards. And it is about shooting the puck, but Victor Foss too late. 3 in on 15 shots. It was pulled against Ottawa, has rebounded here against Winnipeg and made 15 shots. It was whistles here for the Jets. I'm sure they won't mind. This rest of the forwards. And it is about shooting the puck, but Victor Foss too late. 3 in on 15 shots. It was pulled against Ottawa, has rebounded here against Winnipeg and made numerous saves.
37-15 as we saw there.
First, it was pulled against Ottawa, has rebounded here against Winnipeg and made numerous saves.
37-15 as we saw there. 16-6 in the first, 12-6 in the second. Michael Foley back for Scheifele, trying to get away from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Scheifele, Sellers, Lowry, and that went up in the air and came down and mid. Got Foss to the mask.
I think that may have went off Adam Lowry. He didn't know where it was.
Taken by Justin Schultz. He'll leave for Everly. Everly back for Schultz. Schultz pinned to the backboards by Edstrom. Everly up the wall, pulling up, backing up Justin Schultz. And now Schultz will make his way to the Edmonton bench. Edstrom with 10 minutes to go in regulation. Out of center ice, on and off the stick of Pakarinen. And Victor Foss is going to grab on him with Gagliardi coming in. Foss is going to hang on to it. Winnipeg Jets 3 and the Edmonton going to hang on to it. Winnipeg Jets 3 and the Edmonton Oilers 3, and the Jets coming that close to taking the lead. Stay with us.
Well, back on December 3rd here at MTS Center as Dustin Buckland tying the game late against the Oilers. That sent it to overtime where the guy got injured tonight's game. Matthew Perreault able to deflect it in and give the Jets the 3-2 victory. So looking to find a way. Who will be here tonight that can get them that goal? Either give them the go-ahead or give them the win against Edmonton again.
1 hour, 29 minutes, 21 seconds
for Jacob Trouba.
Now, this
next
little one
keyboard
tonight. This has been Trouba's team.
Magnify.
4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in the 4 games against them.
First NHL goal.
Image magnifying his finished
Against
look.
Edmonton
0%
in his first
vertically
NHL
scrolled.
game. Gagliardi couldn't get to the loose puck. Fane plays it around. Pouliot comes rink wide at center. Parker-Reenan gets taken to the sideboards by Dustin Bufflin. Nice move by Sherratt. Plays it up the boards. Trouba, or rather Thorburn, gets tied up on the plate. Thorburn now comes up with the loose puck. Thorburn banks it off the boards out to center ice. Offside called against Edmonton.
Toggle. Close. 16.0.
Jacob Trouba been against the Edmonton Oilers.
Image magnifying his finished look.
First goal, as you said, Dennis, in his first game. First 3-point night. And first 2-goal game. So it's been a team been able to handle and enjoy playing against.
Magnify imaging smart explore dialogue.
Best pick for anyone out there.
Yeah.
Could be the one that strikes next.
Short-handed goal, an overtime goal. Little
Tab 2
back
of
up
6
for the
meter.
Jets.
1-6.
Redirect by Tyler Myers, kept in by Pete Hawley.
0% vertically
Everly
scrolled.
trying to get it back for Gordon, does. Gordon plays it around the boards, and jumping on it is Toby Enstrom. Pressure coming on Enstrom, plays it back for Myers. Myers finds a little bit of room, gets to center for Ladd. Ladd trying to go rink wide for Wheeler, and that goes off a skate. And Karam's back into the Jet zone. Enstrom through for Little, right on Fost. Fost will play it for Ferentz, and Ferentz will play it around the boards. Ryan Hamilton gets it to center no further. Mark Stewart breaks it up. Offside called
0%
against
vertically
Edmonton.
scrolled. Image magnifying his finished look.
Well, Jacob Trouba been against the Edmonton Oilers. The first goal, as you said, Dennis, in his first game, first 3-point night, and first 2-goal game. So it's been a team been able to handle and enjoy playing against him. Might be the best pick for anyone out there.
Yeah.
Could be the one that strikes next.
Short-handed goal, an overtime goal. Little Ladd Wheeler back out for the Jets. Redirect by Tyler Myers, kept in by Pete Hawley. Akapov will play it around the boards. Ryan Hamilton gets it to center no further. Mark Stewart breaks it up.
31 minutes 22
Andrew
seconds at
Ferentz
2
back
out.
for Nail Yakupov.
Image magnifying his finished
Yakupov
look.
looking for some room, twisting and turning, finds Ryan Hamilton. Hamilton puts it to the front of the net and grabbed and held by Hutchinson.
Well, we mentioned the Oilers, or the Jets injuries, as Pro and Stafford have left for the game, and it's Luke Gazdic who's was in a big fight, a heavyweight tilt with Anthony Peluso, but it was a hit by Dustin Bufflin, and he did not return after leaving in the second period, and done for the night.
And Gazdic is also done for the night now. Trouba for Adam Lowry. Lowry plays it through for Scheifele, and standing up at the line is Andrew Ferentz, and that ends up on the other bench.
Well, Adam Lowry talked about the juggling that's had to happen. He moves back to the wing. Been a big part of playing center on this team for an extended period, but as bodies go down, that versatility of players like Lowry gives Paul Maurice that luxury to just push him over to the side and let him play the wing.
At center, taken by Trouba. Frolik tried to get across ice. Trouba has to go back into his own zone. Trouba ahead for Lowry. Trouba was jumping up into the play. Lowry tried to get it to him. And Justin Schultz breaks it up, and then Scheifele sends it in. Scheifele and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to the backboard. Scheifele is on it. Centers for Lowry, and a backhand shot wide. Frolik turns and plays it down for Scheifele. Scheifele trying to catch up to it. Lowry back behind the net, takes the pass, tries the wrap around, and Frolik on the far side couldn't get his stick free. And it's cleared to center.
Frolik was just surprised that puck came to him at the side. It came so quick on that wraparound attempt by Lowry.
Thorburn. Stewart. Headed to the front of the net. Slater, Gagliardi puts it there. Slater now tied up by Schultz. Gagliardi after the loose puck, but the Oilers clear with Purcell. Kenny Purcell couldn't get anywhere. Gagliardi pumps it right back into the Oiler end. Schultz up the boards, blocked by Sherratt. Looking for the tip from Thorburn, and Thorburn couldn't get a stick on it. Pouliot back in behind his own net for Schultz and back for Pouliot. 7 minutes in regulation in a 3-3 draw. Bakarinen at the Jets line offside called against Edmonton.
Well, some good work from below the goal line as Lowry walks out and Frolik just can't get a stick on it. Schultz a good job getting back in time. Lowry tried to get it on net, but it got away, and then Schultz just gets Frolik's stick as he's not able to tap it in as he had a little bit of room there on that short side.
Buckland for Sherratt. Ladd on for Brian Little. Little into the Edmonton zone against Petrie. Backhand shot by Little. Save made. Little has it again. Whacks it out of midair. And Frost holds his ground off the chances by Brian Little.
One out.
On for Brian Little. Little into the Edmonton zone against Petrie. Backhand shot by Little. Save made. Little. Little into the Edmonton zone against Petrie. Backhand shot by Little. Save made. Little has it again. Holds his ground off the chances by Brian Little.
How about that hand-eye coordination? A little razzle-dazzle.
And Fox holds his ground off the chances by Brian Little.
How about that hand-eye coordination? A little razzle-dazzle on Brian Little. This is pretty impressive, showing the skill level that he has. Drives wide on Petrie, tries to center, and then as the puck comes, a little juggling act. Backs it to himself, and then a little play as he bumps it towards the net. Brian Little. Some nice hands.
Jets now with 40 shots on goal. Second time this season that Victor Frost has faced 40 or more. His season high is 43. His career high is 48. How close will the Jets get to that? Bain for Ollie. Ollie's pass stopped outside the line and put right back in by Michael Frolik. Fox tripped up by Frolik, and there's going to be a penalty to the Winnipeg Jets. Chance for Ollie, touched by Enstrom. And here's the situation. Kelly Sutherland was 10 feet from it. Doesn't call it. Mike Lego was back at the Winnipeg Jets blue line and makes the call.
Well, Michael Frolik takes the penalty here late in the third period is on Victor Frost. He comes behind the net. Their skates touch. Down goes Frost. Interesting is the ref off to the corner on the right does not make the call. It's the one, as Dennis mentioned, way out in the neutral zone that makes the call on this tripping penalty. And whether you like it or you don't, Jets have a penalty kill here to take care of.
Edmonton with a power play goal in this game. They are 1 for 2. Jordan Eberle trying to get back to the front of the net for Teddy Purcell. Justin Schultz is in from the line. Stewart in a battle behind, centered and grabbed off by Jacob Trouba. Trouba to center. Trouba slows up. Jets are changing, and Trouba sends it deep into the Edmonton zone. Schultz is on it. Eberle for Purcell. Teddy Purcell trying to get it back to Jordan Eberle. Eberle with 15 goals on the year leads the Oilers. Here comes Wheeler. Has 2 shorthanded goals this season. Back to the Oiler line for Petrie. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with his 15th of the year earlier in this game. Petrie chased back into his own end. Under a minute now in the power play for Edmonton. Bakarinen, sharp angle chance, steered away by Hutchinson. Pouliot, coming cross, like Yakupov scores! What a shot by Yakupov! Petrie
1 hour split, current value 5,864, minimum value 0, maximum value 7,200.
Sharp angle chance steered away by Hutchinson.
Seek slider at 1 hour split, current value 1 hour.
Chased back into his own end. Under a minute now in the power play for Edmonton. Arcarina, sharp angle chance steered away by Hutchinson.
1 hour 38 minutes 57 seconds at 2 hours 0 minutes 17 seconds.
Ahead for Brian Little.
1 hour 39. 1 hours 39 minutes 18 seconds at 2 hours 0 minutes 17 seconds.
Little finds Wheeler around Purcell. Wheeler wide, Wheeler to the middle of the ice. Wheeler a backhander with the right scores!
1 hour 39. 1 hour 39 minutes 18 seconds at 2 hours 0 minutes 17 seconds. 1 hours 40. 1 hours 40.
Well, the Jets have done a good job all year bouncing. Well, the Jets have done a good job all year bouncing back from after being scored on a big goal by Andrew Ladd. Now a big shift right afterwards. Well, the Jets have done a
Fox will gobble that up and hang on to it.
go to the throw. Create a turnover and a quick little play by Frolin to Lowry. Quick shot. Foss continues to be busy.
0%. Pause keyboard. Exiting narrator.
Here at the MTS Center.
Exiting narrator.
Winnipeg Jets off the 2-game road trip. Home
Seek
for
slider.
1. Back up for 2 into Washington Thursday. Toronto on
0%
Saturday.
YouTube.
Some business to take care of here tonight. Boyd Gordon pinned to the backboards by Slater. Slapped up the boards. Enstrom trying to hold it in. Can't. Some room for Keith Olney. Gagliardi closes in on him. Play Safeway's $1 million.
Complimentary. 0.
Senators. The puck in and with an all-connect.
Image.
Let us do that.
With an all.
Play Safeway's.
1 hour 37.
It's the top line. It's their leaders that come out and they get the job done.
Winnipeg Jets. 1 hour.
Quick shot and
Gagliardi closes in on him. Yakupov who has over.
1 hour 40. Current value 6,119.
Sends it back into his own end. Enstrom, little stutter step to try and buy himself some space. Schultz can't handle it. Here comes Ladd. And Klefbom got back to take it away. Ooh, and now Ladd takes Klefbom down. And now a late call.
that was one of the longest delayed calls I've seen.
Mike Lego. Now perhaps he was waiting to see if there was going to be a change of possession.
It's the same official that made the call on the Frolin one. And Andrew Ladd in on the forecheck. The bouncing puck tries to get around Klefbom as they come around. Trips him up. There's no call. Ladd looks and then the delayed whistle. Ladd looked at him. The hand wasn't up. And the second time it is. So another big penalty kill here to end the third period.
Well, I think Paul Maurice would like to see an embellishment call on that play as well, but that's not going to happen. Well, nothing like adding a little controversy to what we've already had in this game.
No, well, the problem is Ladd's stick's still on the feet.
Yep.
That's what they see. It's the call was made. I just have a problem with how delayed it is. Don't wait for the reaction. That's twice now they've been delayed. The last two calls have come after a reaction.
I agree. I mean, the stick was in the feet.
Yeah.
That's not the concern. I think Paul Maurice would like to have seen maybe an embellishment, but
if you're going to make the call, the hand has to come up immediately. You don't wait and see where your situation. But the Jets are due here for a big job by their penalty killers.
And that's the bottom line right now, is they have to kill this off. Trouba back for Mark Stewart. Race would like to have seen maybe an embellishment,
but if you're going to make the call, the hand, the lap with how delayed it is, you don't.
1 hours.
No, well, the problem is, Glad stick's still on the feet.
1 hours, 43 minutes, 24 seconds of 2 hours, 0
made. I
minutes,
just have a problem
17
with how
seconds.
delayed it is. Don't wait for the reaction. That's twice now they've been delayed. The last 2 calls have come after a reaction.
I agree. I mean, the stick was in the feet.
Yeah.
That's not the concern. I think Paul Maurice would like to have seen maybe an embellishment. Back
1
out to the order, goes back into his own
1
end.
hours 40, current value 6,254, minimum value 0, maximum value 7,217, 1 hours 44 minutes 15 seconds of 2 hours 0 minutes 17 seconds.
9 seconds left in the power play for Edmonton. Foley left in regulation. Left in the power play for Edmonton. 2 left in regulation. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins sends it in. Michael Hutchinson clears. Lander knocks it down. Gets it for Everly. Everly back for Lander. Lander has a power play goal in this game. Schultz for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hopkins back for Justin Schultz and cross for Everly. Everly back for Schultz and back for Everly. Watched by Trouba to the front of the net. Cleared away. And Trouba now in a battle. Couldn't clear. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for Lander. Lander circles back for Everly. Everly. No lane to the net. Trying to get it back from Teddy Purcell. Purcell watched by
1 hour,
back for
1 hours,
Everly.
1 hours 45 minutes 19 seconds of 2 hours.
As Little falls, and it got blocked. Pulling out down low. Shot off the side of the net. Trouba unable to clear. Pulling up to the line for Schultz. Back for Pulliam. Fires off the leg as Trouba blocked it. Brian Little for Trouba, and he'll send it around the boards and up the center. Purcell back for Pouliot. Ladd on his feet in the penalty box. Gagliardi dumped it center ice. And the crowd looking for a call there, and none coming. Ladd is out of the box. Ladd in on the forecheck, takes a run at interference. Pakarinen dumps it into the Jet zone. Hutchinson leaves it there. Edstrom taken to the backboards. Ladd in a battle in the corner. Hamilton tied up with Edstrom. Tyler Myers. Boyd Gordon is after him. Up the boards for Shifley. Shifley trying to jam it there. Dying seconds. Ryan Hamilton couldn't get a shot. And we are going to overtime for the 5th time in the last 7 games. The Winnipeg Jets will play the first time in a wild one.
1 hour.
At the overtime is for the 5th time in the last 7 games. Shot to save.
1 hour 50, current value 6,680, minimum value 0, maximum value 7,002. 1 hour 2 minutes.
Of the season.
1 hour 50.
Well, Michael Hutchinson with a huge save, and he is pumped. Well, Michael Hutchinson with a huge save, and he is pumped. After that one, sure there might have been a goal or two in one back, but when it came down to it, he made the 3 big saves he needed to.
Maximum value 7,217.
Well,
1 hour 59 minutes 43 seconds of 2 hours 0 minutes 17
a
seconds.
thriller here at the MTS Center. A late tie by Andrew Ladd forces overtime. Nothing in overtime. We go to a shootout. Blake Wheeler, the only goal of the shootout. And perfect was Michael Hutchinson. We are going to the Scotties. Team Canada versus Team Manitoba. Enjoy the curling. Good night from the MTS Center.
0 minutes 0 seconds of 2 hours 0 minute 0 minutes 2 seconds of 2 hours 20 minutes 22 seconds.
That is their identity. Of the Eastern Conference Elite, they've been there, done that. But all reigns must come to an end. Unable to infuse their authority, the Bruins teeter on playoff edge. Tonight, in the face of this adversity, it's a must.